Recently, we Are Bixby got the chance to sit down with BTC President Scott Floyd and visit with him about the company's recent announcement of being able to offer gigabit internet availability to its customers. During our interview with Mr. Floyd, we talked about everything from what this means for BTC customers and the economic impact on the city, to job opportunities in the areas where the service is available, to how Bixby came to be the first city in Oklahoma to offer the service.
The goal of gigabit internet is something that only came about in the last few years. The goal of the most advanced telecommunications capability is something we've been striving for all along. So when we've been doing our building, our infrastructure, we've been planning and putting the fiber infrastructure in place, getting as much of our plant buried. I don't know if you realize this or not, but over 90% of all of our outside plant facilities, or the lines that support the customer's locations, that's buried. So our survivability from storms and things like that is greatly improved over any other provider. Now, this is all important because while we've been doing this, this has been building up the expertise of our individual employees. So our capabilities have been built upon, our infrastructure has been built upon, and then there's been some technology advancements that have made this a possibility. And where we're talking about something that's coming pretty close to half the population of the Bixby footprint can have this capability. And there's another 17 housing additions that are planned to expand that to something like 6,000 households will be able to have this capability. They are. And it's interesting, some of the feedback that we've already gotten. The excitement in the community, first off, yes, it's going to be good for BTC broadband, but it's going to be even better for the Bixby community. Because this is important. This helps companies who are trying to determine where they're going to locate when they build new businesses. It helps them decide because they want their employees to have the highest quality of life possible, and it's gotten to the point where internet is almost an essential life service. It's just like water and power and good roads. You've got to have that good internet infrastructure because it's become such an integral part of society. We've already heard of businesses. We've had a couple reach out to us. We've already heard of some talking to other businesses in town looking to locate in some of the open spaces around here. That's great news. We're very excited about that because it just helps the whole community, and of course what's good for the community helps us too. The consumer will have the gigabit capability. Wherever they're downloading it from needs to have appropriate speed too. You're only going to go as fast as that slowest point in the chain. But let's say it's Netflix, and Netflix has been able to sense that you have the gigabit capability. A 2-hour standard definition movie can download in 8 seconds. 8 seconds. A 2-hour high definition movie, assuming that you've got proper speed on both sides, can download in 38 seconds. Now, these are all theoretical numbers based on the calculations. There's always some things that can impact that, but that gives you a little bit of an idea of the scale. You went from close to an hour to download it. In fact, if you've ever downloaded on Netflix and you watch that little progress bar on the download, you almost want to pause for a little bit before you start watching so you can let it get ahead of it, and then hopefully it all downloads in time. You won't have that issue anymore. You can start watching a movie and then decide, I don't want this one, I'll try another one. And about as quickly as you can put your remote down, it's already ready for you to watch. So that's phenomenal. Think of the empowerment that the consumer has on their own personal time. I want the residents of Bixby to know how unique this is, because in order for other neighborhoods to get gigabit speed, other providers are going to have to do an enormous investment in deploying technology out there. So there are certain areas that won't get this capability for years. So the people of Bixby need be very proud and pretty happy with the fact that they've got this kind of capability.